petite question parce que j'ai hâte de le voir en jeu. Est-ce que Inadi Senchuk est prêt de se joindre au groupe, que ce soit à Montréal ou à Orlando?
On attend les updates. Ils sont en train de finaliser les papiers pour qu'ils puissent nous rejoindre, mais c'est imminent. On attend.
Milius.
Hi.
You're doing well.
You too.
We didn't get to see the Orlando game. We got to see some highlights very briefly, but I wanted to get maybe your impressions from the performance, from the win, but also, what did you like, what didn't you like?
So I said after the game, we were really pleased with the work rate. We were happy with the fact that we concede really little. But things can be better, of course, to avoid a unnecessary run. But the work, the solidarity, the will to work together was impressive. And some interesting thing on the ball, but also a really competitive side were in front of us, and with clear idea on how to rotate and manipulate us, and really impactful in physically. So it was a really good game for both of our groups to see where we were. So a lot to work on, but overall really pleased.
Jonathan Tannenwald.
Hi, Laurent. This is Jonathan Tannenwald.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hope everything is well with you. I wanted to
Thank
ask
you.
about Brandon Craig and what you've seen from him so far, and what the organization saw in him as a prospect to make you guys want to sign him, since he hadn't had very much MLS experience yet. Thank you.
No, we as a staff, as a club, we target that the player has tools that let us think that these fit perfectly in a way we want to play. We have to, of course, we have to upgrade him in his capacity on defending, especially against adults in this system. So it's not going to come overnight. But we figured that he had enough tools for us on and off the ball to work with and to try to develop over the month. And so he's evolving, he's growing, and he's so happy to be here, and that's important too. So young kid with a lot of potential, and we see how it goes.
If I may ask a follow-up, how do you find him personally? Because he spent so much time in Philadelphia in his career, and he's had a couple of loans elsewhere, but this is the first time he signed a full contract with the club somewhere else.
Yeah, on ball is we're not concerned, or we're more pretty excited of what he can do on ball. He needs to distinguish and make different choices at times, but he's so capable to execute short and long, and the way we want to use the back line. So the real challenge is going to be defensively at that level. So we're gonna work with him, and we'll see.
Thank you.
On va regarder en français, Maxime.
Oui, je vais continuer un peu sur Craig. Là. Brandon Craig, Luca Petrasso, Dante Sealy, Owen. Comment on prend la décision? C'est qui prend la décision de leur offrir un contrat? Est-ce qu'on a déjà une bonne idée avant le début du camp? Est-ce qu'on se réunit souvent pendant le camp? C'est-tu le coach? C'est-tu la direction? Comment ça marche qu'on décide que tel joueur, on lui offre un contrat?
Bah, il y a tout le staff, il y a tout le club. On cible les besoins de l'effectif. Après, il y a des priorités pour être ce qu'on pense être titulaire. Il y a des options qu'on pense être des backups. Et puis il y a des joueurs qu'on pense qui ont un peu plus de temps et sur lesquels on veut donner le temps de mûrir et d'évoluer. Donc et après il y a d'autres facteurs un peu plus financiers ou un peu plus contractuels, mais en gros, voilà, on a une claire idée sur les profils de joueurs qu'on veut, et après c'est ceux qui fit en gros sur chaque position ou groupe de joueurs, c'est-à-dire center backs, center mid, wing backs ou front forwards, un peu une hierarchy of de gars qu'on pense pouvoir être prêts aujourd'hui et ceux qu'on pense pouvoir être plus patients avec. So, on essaie de jouer un peu tout ça. Après, on aligne nos opinions et on décide tous ensemble.
Yes.
Laurent, about Giacomo and his availability, we're not there, but it seems like he still hasn't really fully joined the group. How soon do you think he will? And does his inclusion, does his lack of inclusion yet kind of delay you guys from making any definitive plans about how the team's going to attack this season?
No, it doesn't delay anything. Of course, we wanted him to be joining us earlier, but he's getting really close now. Same with Neil. So it was a little bit unfortunate, but necessary, and he's exactly where he's supposed to be now. So we move with the flow. He's getting closer.
Et on revient en français. Maxime.
Oui, est-ce qu'on a des nouvelles sur Owen qui s'est blessé, qui a marqué un but, mais qui s'est blessé avec l'équipe Canada?
Excellente question. On s'est tous posé la question dès qu'on a appris la nouvelle et du coup on n'a pas eu de feedback. On va s'informer un peu mieux.
On a une dernière question pour Laurent ou c'est terminé? Je pense que oui. Merci beaucoup, Laurent.
Merci.
Hi, nice to meet you as well. No, I don't think too much about it. I think, yeah, I played for Toronto, but I think that's in the past. Very excited to be here, to be honest. Really excited to be joining this group, and especially this group of players. A lot of players that I've known and played with throughout the league, but obviously Jaquil is here as well. So, but no, I'm super excited to be here. I think it's quite special. My brother played for the club as well, and that's something that means a lot to me. So somebody that I looked up to as a person and professionally. So to be honest, I'm just very excited to be playing for this club, and that's kind of where my focus is at this season.
Another question from Maxime.
Yes. What are your goals for the coming season? What could be considered as an individual success for you?
Individually, my goal is to help the team in any way that I can, on the field, off the field. Like I said, I'm quite versatile in multiple positions, but for me individually, just to get that rhythm again of playing consistently at this level. I kind of had that in the past, and then lacked it a little bit in the past year and a half with Orlando, but now since joining Montreal, that's kind of where I want to be, and I think being a part of this group is quite special. It's a very young group, quite energetic, a good group of guys that I've noticed in the past month so far preseason. So that's something that individually is just to get that consistent kind of minutes again, playing at this level and playing in this league. And then obviously as a team is to do as best as we can. So kind of taking it game by game, and coming up in 2 weeks is the first game of the season. So that's something that we're looking forward to.
Signings defensively that this club have made this winter, and a lot of them are guys who certainly have MLS experience. They maybe haven't played with each other before, but maybe have played against each other or seen each other around the circuit over time. And the backline, chemistry is so important. How's it been sort of building the chemistry so far, and how much have you crossed paths playing with or against some of these guys over the years?
Yeah, I would say it's quite well for me since joining the team. But yeah, it's a new group. I think a new group from last year as well, from watching from the outside. But yeah, I think specifically the back line. Yeah, I've played against Waterman quite a few times. So he's Canadian as well. I've watched him in the national team. It's a young group with many other players. So kind of just slowly building that chemistry with them, especially in the back three where I've been playing as a left center back. So I'm quite comfortable in that role, and pretty excited, to be honest, to be playing in that kind of position to bring that versatility to my game. But I think slowly we'll keep building that kind of chemistry with the team, especially in the back three and the back five. with new players. But I think as every day goes by and every game goes by, we'll kind of build that strong chemistry.
Thank you.
No problem.
Is there another one today? No. All right. Thank you, Luca. We'll come again.
Thank you. Thank you.
How can you describe yourself as a player?
Yeah, I think a couple of things to describe myself as a player would be hardworking, put in a ton of effort, 100% every single day, either in training, recovery, games, regardless, it could be anything. And I'm also, I would say I'm very smart in terms of like with the ball, without the ball, try and do everything that I can to help the team, both with the ball and without the ball, defensively and attacking wise. But also I feel like I'm a good leader in terms of, with my voice and with my actions as well. And I look forward to basically helping the team in any way possible.
Jonathan, Tatanol.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, how are you?
Jonathan Tannehill from the Inquirer. Congrats on the Super Bowl first.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
What do you hope to show now, being with a new club after being with Philly for so long, even though you were loaned out a couple of times? What do you want to show this year to finally establish yourself as an MLS first-team player?
Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for me, to be in a new environment. And I'm grateful for my time in Philly, but, my time in Montreal is just getting started now. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to help the team as much as I can. And any opportunity, once my name gets called, I'll be ready. So whatever role that is, I'll be ready for it.
And how has it been, and how you hope it will be off the field, settling into a new place? I know you've been on loan a couple of times, as I said, to Austin and El Paso, which is certainly not Philadelphia. But what do you think it's going to be like, settling into a different place culturally, although admittedly one where there are a lot of Americans playing?
Yeah, I think first of all, a lot of the guys have been tremendous in terms of on the field and off the field, helping me, and it helps to know a couple of guys beforehand. A couple of guys like Dante Sealy and Jalen Neal. Playing with the national team with them, they've helped me a lot. But it also like everybody else has helped me, all the vets and all the younger guys as well. I feel like this is a very good locker room, a younger locker room, but one that's still very mature and very professional, and one that I'm very excited to be a part of. But moving to technically a new country it's not that far from my home of Philly, so I know my family will stay close, and I'm really excited. I was in Montreal for about a week, staying at the hotel, training with the guys. And, I visited a lot of restaurants, a lot of little cafes, went walking around a bunch, stayed in downtown. So it was beautiful. It reminded me of a very European-esque city, which I love. And then, I can't wait to move there at pretty much at the end of the month.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Elias,
That's fine. Hi, Brandon. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the club.
Thanks.
The defensive core as a group, right? It's an extremely young group. The average age is 22 years old, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. There is Joe Waterman, who is the elder statesman in that group. He's been with the club for a while. He's been capped internationally. But do you feel like maybe this youth could use more experience, just as kind of like a guiding hand, if you will? And in that role, how has Joel maybe welcomed all these younger guys, especially these new younger guys, into the group?
Yeah, I think Joel is a great role model, not only for me but for everybody else. And I think he's been around the game long enough to give his input to everybody. And I think he's a really good leader. He's somebody that I can learn from every single day, and either in training, in games, on the field, off the field. I can have talks with him, in the locker room or in the treatment room or in the meal room. Anytime I can talk to him, and I think he's a really good leader and one that I'm excited to keep learning from for the rest of the year. But I think in the end, we're all experienced in some way. I think that we each bring our own experiences to the table, and I think, it'll be very good for the team. And I think we're all very tight. That defensive core, I think we're all very close. And, I think it's really good. It's good for competition, good for the team. And I think that'll only make us grow individually and collectively.
Brandon, when have you learned that you signed a contract with the club, and what was your first reaction when you learned it?
Yeah, I think it was last maybe Thursday, Thursday or Friday. I was still in Montreal. I was literally, just doing stuff in the hotel room, or either I got back from dinner or something like that, and I got a text message from my agent, and basically said, "Hey, contract's coming in the morning." So he sent that to me, and I immediately called my family and everything. So I was very, very happy, very excited. But this is just the beginning, and I can't wait to start the season.
Any other question? Yes, Jonathan. Go ahead.
One more from me, thanks. Obviously, Philly, Brandon, as we know, plays a very specific style, and Montreal in a 3-5-2 plays a different style. Do you think this one might be a little more suited to your skill set?
Yeah, I think Montreal plays similarly to how I played with the national team, with the U20 national team under Mikey Varas. I think it's very similar in terms of with the ball, without the ball, structure, formations, tactics. I think it's very similar, and I think it suits my game a little bit more. But I think ultimately most of the things that I've learned from the national team, I put towards my time now, and I'm very excited for the season. I'm very excited for what's to come.
Jackson?
Yes, last question from me, Brandon. What are your goals for the coming season? What would be considered as an individual success for you?
Yeah, I think whenever my name gets called, I'll be ready for it. Whether that means coming in for the last 30 seconds of a game or starting and playing full 90. I think I'll be ready regardless. And I think whatever my role with the team is, I'll be ready. So it's not as much as I love to do everything individually that I can. It's I want to help the team first. I think the team success comes before any individual success.
Great. Thank you, Brandon. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys.